am live today. Who is here with me? Who is here with me? Who is here with me? I am live today. Friday morning. Friday morning. Is morning here. I don't know where you're watching me from. And I'm live on Roses and Tongues in Motherhood. Roses and Tongues in Motherhood. Roses and Tongues in Motherhood is a live series that brings stories of mothers, how lessons they learned in the journey, and then you listening to the story, learning their lessons. You are inspired to know that you are not going on this journey alone. What you are going through, someone is going through it, or someone has gone through it, and you should just know that we are all here together to support one another. We are here to learn, and we are here to just ensure that we are getting it all right. So our stories are tools that we use to inspire one another. Okay, so this is RTM series, and I will be doing it today. I'll be doing it alone. Okay, there's no guest for today. I am just here to share my story, one of my stories with you. I have a lot of jokes, a lot of stories I've gone through, a lot of stories that I've had in this journey of motherhood, and I'll just be releasing them one after the other. All right. So thank you for joining in again. Thank you for joining in. Please don't mind the noise of my background. You know that school has closed, so children are in the house. My kids are home, and you'll just be hearing some noise. Okay, so if you are joining in, can I know where you're joining in from? Can I know where you are joining in from? Where are you connecting from? I'd like to read your comments. Where are you connecting from? And then help me click on the share. Help me share the link so that more persons can know I am live on RTM series. Just help me and share. Help me and share. Help me and share. And then let me know where you are joining in from. All right, so are you feeling me? Can you notice my new look? This is a new frame. How do I look? Just tell me. This is a new frame. I'm just wearing it for the first time. How does it look? Does it look good on me? Is it bigger than the other one? Does it suit me? I just want to get your feedback. I want to read your feedback. Just tell. If you tell me it's not fine, I'll drop it. I'll go back to the other one. All right, so motherhood is just a whole lot. Motherhood is a whole lot. Is a whole lot. I celebrate every mother. Being a mother is not easy at all. Motherhood is not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the weak. You can start the journey weak, but definitely you will not remain weak. Okay, you will not. By the time you go through conception, go through pregnancy, go through delivery, and then start attending to baby, sleepless nights, you know that you are a strong woman. I'm seeing my people join in. Okay, you will know that you're a strong woman. Motherhood is not for the weak. You can start weak. You can start small, but you will definitely not remain small. You will definitely not remain weak. Okay, so as you journey through, the processes that you're going through, thank you. The processes you're going through, it's something that builds you up. It's something that makes you better. Okay, it builds you up. It refines your character. Thank you. I'm reading your comments. It fits your face. Oh my God. Tell me again and again and again. Oh, just tell me again. Tell me again it fits me. Thank you. Thank you so much for those of us that our eyes are blessed. We have blessed vision. Like we can see things very well. So we are using this to aid our sights. Thank you so much. I'm seeing more persons joining. Coach Jane, thank you for joining me live. Coach Comfort, Abigail, Whip Mom Abigail, thank you for standing in here again with me. All right, so I was saying that motherhood is not for the faint-hearted, is not for the weak. Okay, if you are someone that is, you like to panic, you like to fear, you know that motherhood will throw you off balance. Okay, motherhood is not for the faint-hearted. Motherhood is for the faith. Let me say faithful. That's a woman that's full of faith. It's not faithful like, when you say faithfulness. I'm talking about a woman that is full of faith. It's not for the faint-hearted. Okay, so you are going in mother, you are a mother, you have to have so much faith. Sometimes, your body can be doing somehow. If you are pregnant, your body can be doing somehow. They are just telling you things you don't even understand. If you are not someone that has faith, you will believe what they are telling you and you'll be so scared. And you know that fear can torment. Fear can torment. If you are under fear, you will just be tormented. It's like a bondage. Okay, so you are moving not by sight. Bible says we don't move by sight. We move by faith. So a mother that is full of faith moves by faith. A mother that is full of faith, that is walking by faith rather, is not moved by what people are saying. Is not moved by her sight, what she's seeing, how your body is responding to the pregnancy, and your baby is not coming yet, you have not conceived. You are not moved by that. There's just an assurance you have. There's a confidence you have that you know who you believe. Okay, you know what is for you. You know what he has for you. You know his promises for your life. So it does not matter what you are seeing. It does not matter what the physical eyes can see. You hold on to God's word. So motherhood is not for the faint-hearted. In case you are still journeying through motherhood full of fears, full of anxiety, my dear mother, you need to build up your faith. You need to build up, because if you are even someone that is full of fear and anxiety, you're going to transfer it to your children. Your children will see all the fears in the midst of the storm. You are pregnant and your body's doing somehow, you're just shaking. Your children will just see all the fears around you, all the anxiety, and you are modeling it for them. They're going to inherit it from you. So you just have to be strong. You have to stand strong. You have to show strength. Okay, so motherhood is not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's not. Even if you start it full of fears, as you journey through and as you see things, let those things make you toughen up. Let the things you see in your journey, we are all wearing the same kind of shoe, but our sizes differ. I say motherhood, we are wearing the same kind of shoe. Why? We know that every woman, you have to go through pregnancy, you have to enter labor, you have to give birth, you have to stay sleepless night, not seeing your child. When your child is not feeling well, you know that when a child is sick, the mother is sick. It's almost like you're the one that is sick. It's almost like you have to shut down everything. So you are worried, you are anxious, you are trying to look, so those are the different things we see in motherhood. It's the same. Your own is not different. So that's why I say we are wearing the same kind of shoe, but our sizes differ. So our sizes differ. For one mother, it can be that she's not conceiving yet. She has not conceived yet. She is having delayed conception. For another, she has conceived, but pregnancy is giving her a lot of issues in the journey. For another, she has a smooth journey. When she's pregnant, she does not throw up, all those morning sickness, spitting and all those. She's different. She pings very well. She's just a pinging mama when she's pregnant. But when she gives birth, the way the child stays on the breast, sucking. So these are just different sizes of mother. These are different experiences in motherhood. But for whichever one you are going through, I want you to know that they are all part of the story. They are all part of the process, okay? It's not all going to be rosy. It's not all going to be rosy. There are times you're going to see some thorns. Even Jesus wore thorns. He wore thorns in his journey. Okay, so you're going to have thorns. You're also going to have roses. So for whichever one you are going through, I want you to know that there are lessons to learn. Even when things are rosy, when you are happy, when you are enjoying pregnancy, when you are enjoying different things in motherhood, you are just enjoying it. There are lessons you should pick. There are silent lessons that you should learn even from the rosy part of your journey. And then when it's turns, it's easy for people to, want to get discouraged or, want to give up when things are not going well. But my dear, so when things are not going well, it means that there are so many things you can pick from it and become better. You don't allow motherhood. You don't go through motherhood anyhow. I want you to know that it's a process. It's a journey, okay? A journey that makes you get better. A journey that makes you get better. If you ask every mother, the way you were before, in fact, before you got married and now, it's not the same thing. In fact, before the children started coming and now, it's not the same thing. If you look at yourself in a mirror. If you even look at your physical features, you know that something has changed. Your physical features are proof that even spiritually something has changed. Emotionally something has changed. Your character has changed. So as I just see motherhood is a beautiful thing. Every woman needs to experience it. It's beautiful because it's not going to leave you the same way. You know, a child will test your patience. A Bible says that count it all joy when you pass through trials for is working out patience. Motherhood is that kind of trial. It's that kind of experience that works out patience. That makes you be more patient. If you are not a patient person, you can't train a child. You can't nurse your child if you are not patient. They will step on your toes. Children will do things based on their senses, based on the level of their brain. No, their brain is not fully developed. They're going to do things. So if you are someone that is easily irritated, if you are someone that gives up easily, it means that you will just be giving your children anyhow slap here and there, shouting up and down, making noise. But patience, it will test your patience. So if you are a mom that is intentional, you are intentional, you know how to control your emotions. You know how to control, how you are feeling, how your body is reacting. That's patience. You are building patience. You are building patience. You are learning resilience. You are having issues in pregnancy, or you are having issues. You are experiencing delayed in conception. That's resilience. And the good thing about all this character is not just taught. You can teach it, but to become it, you have to practice it. To become, to exhibit virtues, you have to practice it. Okay, so that's resilience. You are learning resilience when things are not going well. When you have not conceived, there's delay. That's resilience in action. You are building it. And it's a weapon, my dear. People have gone into battle. There's a particular scripture, I can't remember the particular one. No, they went to battle fully armed. Bible said that they went, I think the people of Issachar, I've forgotten the people. They went into battle fully armed and they turned back. Can you imagine? When you are armed, you are ready, you are equipped, but you turn back. Those people are not resilient people. Possibly they saw things that made them become scared. But imagine you learning resilience through delays. Imagine you learning how to keep pushing yourself, even with all the way your body is doing you in the pregnancy. Waking up sleepless night, having sleepless night, just trying to attend to your baby. That's resilience. It's not all, you are not feeling okay with the whole process, but you are still standing strong. You are still moving on. That's resilience. And the good thing is that everything you learn in motherhood, every virtue you build, you take it to the marketplace. You take it to your office. You take it to your business. You take it in your relationship with people. So it reflects in every other area of your life. So you see, motherhood is beautiful. It makes a woman beautiful. It makes you get better. It makes you get better. But that's if you understand. If you understand that it's a process that will get you better. And if you can go through it intentional. If you can go through it being aware that it's a journey. It's a journey that makes me get better. So no matter what I see, I choose to go through it with understanding. I choose to have a positive perspective to everything happening to me. Positive perspective to everything happening to me. Something happened to me recently. Sometimes, some persons may feel I've all come out of, the memory of the loss of my baby. I've not though. It comes. But I told the devil, you will not make me cry again. No, I've stopped crying. I can't cry. Okay. So when those memories come, I switch to, positive perspective is a weapon. Is one of your greatest weapons as a mother. Because you will find yourself in a situation that even looks like it's going to make you doubt yourself. It's going to make you doubt yourself. It's going to make you doubt God. What I've gone through made me doubt my ministry. It made me doubt my ministry. In fact, when it happened, when it was fresh, the first thing the devil attacked is my call. He told me that this thing you're doing, you're wasting your time. This thing is not real. Which one is mothers pray when they are pregnant? Oh, which one is, prayer doors? All those scriptures I used to tell mothers to pray with. I used to lead mothers. Tell me you're wasting your, those things are not real. Didn't you pray? What happened to your baby? That was the first attack. It was the first attack. Okay, so I knew what he was more interested in was the ministry. It was my call. And he knows the terror. He knows what his kingdom will lose through my life. So that's what he targets. And that's what makes him, want to set up such trials, such, negative experiences. Just set it up around your life so that he can target the main thing. So positive perspective is one weapon I use constantly. I use it constantly. When it comes with things negative, I switch to positive. And positive perspective is like finding good in a negative thing. Finding good. Can you find good? Do you know one of the good I found? When it happened, like this happened some days ago, I countered that thought and I told the thought, I wouldn't have been this bold. My intercessory ministry became, in fact, it became more visible. It became more visible. It became known to me. And I started functioning in it through my daughter. And on my altar, I pray and things happen. And I told myself, imagine, if I didn't go through that, if I didn't give birth to a baby that needed prayers, I wouldn't have known that I had so much grace to pray. So I countered that negative voice, and I told that negative voice that it made the warrior in me to come out. It made the intercessor in me to come out. Okay, so I am grateful to God for that. Joseph said something. He said, you meant it for evil. Imagine your brother selling you. As in, imagine God permitting that your brother should set up and sell you. And you had to go through a lot of bad experiences. And see how you finally ended. See what happened. And you met them. And all Joseph could say was that you meant it for evil. But God sent him ahead to preserve a generation. So I know that what I went through, I know my baby coming and going at the time she left. Yes, devil did that. It was devil that executed that plan. I hope you know that there are plans of God that God will use devil to execute. Yes, there are things he's going to permit devil to do. Evil things he'll permit him to do so that there's a higher purpose. There's a higher purpose he wants to establish. See, Jesus, it was a very painful experience. But it was people that executed God's plan. That was God's purpose. Right from when the world was created, he knew he was going to send his son. He knew his son was going to die a very painful death, a shameful one. And he used man to execute it. He used Judas. So you see all those negative things happening around you. Yes, devil is doing it, but God permitted him for a higher purpose. So when you are going through negative things, I wish you can understand. You can switch to a positive perspective. You can see good in it. There is good in everything that seems bad. There is good in everything that seems bad. There's one that happened to me recently. Today is stories. You just telling stories. And I'm also hoping to read your story. I hope you have one story you're going to share with me today. You're going to share with us. You can use the comment section. Just any story that's maybe motherhood story or any story at all that there are lessons to learn. Feel free to drop it, type it, and send it so that we can read. So something happened recently. My family moved to a new location. And when we got here, we were all celebrating. Oh, we've gotten a good place. Constant light, as in constant light. It's like 22 hours. 24 hours, like constant light, water. We were all celebrating, rejoicing. And you know what happened? NEPA came and cut the lights. We are in Nigeria now. NEPA came and cut the lights. The people said they have applied for prepaid before we came here. And that was hard. The process was here. I don't know. They were just talking rubbish and nonsense. And the people they applied, I don't know. It was almost like, oh, thank you. I'm looking good. I'm still reading what you are distracting me with. You're looking good. Good Jay, thank you for admiring me. Thank you for complimenting me. Thank you, Comfort. I'm reading all your responses. Thank you so much. So let me continue my story. So it destabilized me. In fact, I had some coaching sessions that I had to move the time because my device was not charged. My device, it was just terrible for us. Yeah, I had to prepare my lecture notes. That was a period that classes started for me in school. I had to prepare my lecture notes. I had to browse and make my notes, and my laptops were just going off. I needed to stay in a constant. And it was just getting to me. I was like, what is this? Imagine having that kind of beautiful experience and all of a sudden it turned south. But do you know what I said? I just heard in my spirit, Ifoma, be calm. Paul said, I have learned how to what? Abase and abound. He has learned how to stay in plenty and stay in lack. As a woman, you should learn how to stay both in good times and in bad times. So you had the time that there were lights and now there's no light. Can you find alternative ways to adapt to your situation and know that it's going to be temporal? It's not going to last. So I told myself it's another opportunity to stay calm. Instead of complaining, getting irritated, annoyed, and I was still showing up. I was still doing my things. I tried my best to meet up. And now it's over. We've passed that phase. They have restored the light. We stayed 2 weeks plus. 2 weeks plus without light. Like 2 weeks plus without light. I learned resilience again. In fact, I told myself, I was speaking with one of my sisters, my covenant sister. I told her that one of the things that God is seriously teaching me is how to stand strong in the midst of storm and don't look like it. You are going through something, but you don't look like it. You are having a lot of pressures around you, but you are not looking like it. That's one of the things I'm learning well. So whenever I see things don't work out, I don't get irritated. I try to manage my emotions and tell myself, be calm. Just learn how. Do you know staying calm in the midst of storm is a virtue? In the midst of storm, to be calm is a virtue. To be calm that's peace. To have peace is a virtue. To have peace. And Jesus had it when he was in the midst of storm. The disciples were running up and down. They were bothered. They were anxious. He stayed calm. That's virtue. Can you stay calm when things are not working well? Your pregnancy is having issues. It's giving you plenty. Your baby is waking up anyhow. In fact, your baby has scattered your routine. You're a mother, you like to pray in the midnight, but now baby is not giving you time again. Your children have been encroached into your personal life. Different things happening. Can you stay calm? Can you just still be calm? Can you find alternative ways of doing it? I just told myself, just find alternative way of adapting, of doing the things you are supposed to do, and stop. There's no need for complaining. You complain, they are not hearing you. They will still, do with the way whatever they want to do. So what am I trying to say? You're going to learn resilience. So whatever story, whatever journey, whatever state you are in, as a mother, as a woman, whether it's good or bad, it's rosy or thorny, I want you to know that they are all part of the process. They are all part of the process and they are there to make you get better. You should not be a woman that is not evolving. You are the same. It's only God that's the same yesterday, today, and forever. You are not supposed to be the same yesterday, today, and forever. You are supposed to keep evolving. You are supposed to keep changing. Keep getting better. Keep getting better. You're a woman that you are easily irritated. By the time you get children, you will know that these children... One of the things I know, let me share this story again. I'm a melancholy, and you know that melancholies, they are perfectionists. They like neat environment. They like following routines. They like to keep things. If I keep things the way I kept it, you come and scatter it. Me and you. So me, I was even, one of my cousins told me, are you even sure you can marry? That's before I married. Are you sure you can marry? This thing that I used to have issues with them. I will sweep house, they will come and scatter it. And in fact, they will keep things. When I sweep house, I will arrange things and they will come in, they can't find their things. I say, why did you keep it somehow? I've kept it well. So they were feeling I can't live with a man because already, you know the way men are. They are not as organized as us. So I thought I couldn't stay because of my temperament. But God has helped me. But I'm talking about a mother now. Children will always mess up the environment. Children will always mess up. So why are you shouting that your children have scattered their room? Allow them to scatter their room. In fact, anytime I enter their room, they have turned it upside down. But do you know what I did? I told myself, you scatter it. When you are done, you fix it. Every night before they sleep, they fix their room. They arrange their room and it's spotless. And I'm teaching them, that's problem solving. Problem solving is that there's a problem and you solve it. So you have messed up your room, solve the problem. So why am I getting irritated? I enter my children's room, I'm getting irritated. I'm telling them, you are playing too much. Why are you playing? They are children, they will play. They eat food, they scatter their food, or allow them to scatter. When they scatter, tell them to pick it, tell them to pack. You are even teaching them how to solve problems. So there's no need to be irritated. So you see, as a mother, there are a lot of things that happen in your journey that is a learning period. Is a learning opportunity. If you don't have this understanding, you will not go through it well. If you don't have this understanding, you will just get frustrated by it. Why some people are enjoying it, some people are enduring. The ones that are not good, they are enduring. The ones that are good, they are enjoying. You are not. I don't even know if you are enjoying and you are enduring. You are just, everything is up and down. So mommies, I've said a lot of things. I've shared a lot of stories. All I'm trying to do in this session is to let you know that your journey can be rosy, your journey can be stony, but whichever one you find yourself, whichever one as a mother, just know that there's something to learn. There's something to learn, and let the lessons be what you hold on to. Don't hold on to the situation. Don't be carried away by the situation. Even the good things that are happening to you, don't be carried away by it. There are lessons to learn. In fact, I had a testimony that, God did something for me. Just as I told us that good things, there are still lessons to learn in good things. There are lessons to learn in good things. So God did something for me, and I learned a lesson from it. I learned a lesson from it. I learned a lesson. Okay, bad thing is happening. I am learning lessons. So whether it's good or whether it's bad, there are lessons. And lessons are tools for growth. You see, lessons, if you can pick lessons from things, you will grow. If you can pick lessons from things, you will keep getting better. You will keep evolving. So what devil does that he shuts down your eyes. He shuts down the eyes of your understanding. He just makes you not to see. He makes you just not to see beyond what is natural, beyond what the human can understand. He just makes you focus on the less important things over the more important ones. So there are lessons to learn. So think through as you are journeying every day, whether you are a waiting mom, whether you are pregnant, or you are a nursing mom, your children are keeping you awake, or your children are all grown up and they are messing up the environment, just tell yourself there are lessons to learn. There are lessons to, it can even be that you have to learn emotional intelligence. You have to learn how to be emotionally intelligent, how to manage your emotions, how to control your emotions. You have to learn it. You have to learn it, okay? So be intentional. As a mom, be intentional. Does anybody have a story to share? Does anybody have a story to share? Are you learning something? Have you learned something from what I said with little pieces of stories of my life? Have you learned anything? Have you learned anything? Please, let me read your comments. Let me read your comments. Have you learned anything from... Have you learned anything from what I said? Okay, so I would want to share a little of my pregnancy journeys, how it has been or how it went, and the lessons I learned. You learn lessons when you reflect. I reflected this morning, and then I came up with, these are lessons really that these things taught me. And if you are a mom, if you want to learn, if you want to pick lessons from what is going on in your life, you need to create times of reflection, times where you sit down, you think through things, you think through things and then come up with, insights from what is happening to you or what has happened to you. So my pregnancy journey has always, I'm someone that when I'm pregnant, I'm very strong. Like, I'm very strong. I don't used to throw up. I used to have all those nausea feelings, but anytime I'm sick, those days when I'm sick, I don't like to throw. If I feel like throwing up, I just hold my vomit. I hold it well. I don't like to throw because it all irritates me, irritates my system. So I would rather go and sleep. Once I feel like throwing up, I will go and sleep. When I sleep and wake up, my system is okay. So when I'm pregnant, all the nausea feelings come, but I hold myself, so I don't throw up when I'm pregnant. Okay, so my first pregnancy was smooth. It was a new journey for me. I didn't really have the feeling of sleeping in the morning and all that. I was still having my time with God. I was still doing my normal routines, and But you know what happened? One of the things that I did when I was pregnant, when I knew I was pregnant, I just told God I needed a baby girl, okay, and I want a baby girl. My husband also wanted a baby girl, and God gave us a baby girl anyway. But I prayed. There was a prayer I prayed when I was pregnant. When I was pregnant for my first daughter, I told God, I want a baby that will be born on my birthday. I want my daughter to share the same date with me. And the EDD they gave me was almost looking like it, though it was not exactly. But I entered labor on the day of, in fact, my birthday. I entered labor. That was around 12. Okay, that's 26 into 27 December, around 12 a.m. So I was so happy that God answered my prayer. Why I'm saying this is because you need to know as a mother, pregnancy, see a time of, so when you're pregnant, is not something you're allowed to happen naturally. Pregnancy time is a speaking time. Is a time you speak. Is a time you speak what you want to see. Is one of the things I'm going to share when I start reading our lessons. Is a time you speak. There are things you say that happens. There are things you say, anything you say to your child, anything you say to the baby in your womb, your baby picks it. Your baby, your baby is developing. Your baby is being created. Your baby is a vacuum that is empty. So as your baby is forming, many things are being gathered together to form your baby, including the words you are speaking. The words you are speaking is also part of. Words are creative in nature. Words are creative. The Bible says that the word, we understand that the word was framed by the word of God. So the word we are seeing was framed by words. We know how God created the earth. So when you are pregnant, pregnancy time is a creation time. It's a time that a being is being created. And I don't want you to allow it to happen just in a natural way. You need to have a spiritual understanding that this is a creation time. A being is being created. And words are creative in nature. So I need to keep speaking. I need to keep speaking. There are things I hear people say about my children. I know I prayed about it. In fact, the first time when I gave birth to my daughter, that's my first baby. I used to have early morning. I called it Mom Futa morning dew in my community. Mom Futa, that's mom to child. Futa is fetus now. Morning dew was like an early morning prayers I do with pregnant women. Okay, I was doing that very early, in ministry, and we had that time. We were praying with many scriptures, praying, the scripture that the focus of that activity was, Bible says, and the word became flesh and dwelt amongst us. So I told mothers that the words you are speaking over the child you are carrying in your womb will become flesh, and you will see it dwelling among you, full of glory. You will behold it full of glory. So that was the concept behind Mom Fruta, mother praying for the child. Okay, so we prayed. I know when I gave birth, and some people came to the hospital to come and see me, they were like, Ifeoma, everything we prayed about, they are seeing it. Even as my children were growing, there are things I hear people say. I know I prayed about it. There are certain things that God does with you. He will just allow you to experience so that you can teach other people, so that you can let other people know that this is possible. You see, a mother, when you are pregnant, don't go through that phase of your life keeping quiet. Or even before you are pregnant, you are waiting on God to conceive. That is the best time to pack a lot of words together. That's the best time to frame your baby. That's the best time to create your baby. Okay, so you speak. Words are creative in nature, and pregnancy is a time a baby is being created. It's a time a baby's body is being formed. So the way the body is forming, nature is forming the baby's body. You also need to understand that you need to use your mouth to also form your baby. You need to use your words to form. So you have to keep speaking what you want to see. What's the sex of baby you want to have? What's the color? How do you want the baby to come out? When do you want the baby to come out? What kind of gift do you want to have? What kind of baby do you want? What kind of child do you want? Just keep saying it. How do you want the journey to be for you? How do you want the pregnancy journey to be? I was saying I don't want to throw up. I don't want to be be lazy. I said all those things. I was confessing it, and it was my reality. It was my reality. So when you are pregnant, when you are waiting on God for conception, or you are nursing a baby, you are, as long as you have a child in your hand, you have a child in your hand, you have a womb. Every woman has a womb. You should know that you are a co-creator with God. You are a co-creator, and creators, how they do their work is by speaking. It's true words. So you must keep speaking. You must keep speaking. And that's why when you are going through pregnancy and the journey is not smooth, don't confess what they are telling you. As much as possible, keep a positive confession. Keep a positive confession, because the words you are speaking is framing your baby. The words you are speaking is framing your baby. Your baby is becoming what you are saying. I'm not telling you, this one is not mystery. This is a reality for me. When I look at my children, even up till now, I pray for my children. I pray for my children intentionally. And when I see them, there are certain things they do. I know that I have prayed about this. I am using my words to frame them. I am using my words. So when I was pregnant for my first baby, I told God I wanted my baby to come on my birthday, and that was when I entered labor. But you know now, anything that God's promises, the devil always want to contend. He always want to take it away from me. So I had, that was my first pregnancy. My first delivery was not a too smooth one. Enter labor. I was in labor. I was still chatting in labor. They were telling me, don't worry, labor I've not even started. By the time it starts, you understand. I was still chatting. I was still, communicating until we entered the team. But one thing I experienced during my first delivery was that I had delayed labor. I had I was not dilating as fast as I should. And anyway, they told me that first pregnancies are always like that. But I had delayed labor. And they had to induce me. After they had finished inducing me, and it was a time for me to push, baby was not coming out. Push, baby was not coming out. Push, baby was not. Nurses were cursing me. You don't attend antenatal. You know all these women that don't used to come out. You don't even know how to push. Say how you are pushing. They talk plenty things on top of what I was going through. The short of the story is that my baby could not come out because of my frame, the way my body was framed. Okay, when they say a woman has a narrow pelvic. Okay, so that was how I was created, and they couldn't know that, and it was almost like I've entered labor. Baby now wants to come. Her head was already out. They even tried to use, there's what they call, I don't know if they call it Vacutainer, I don't know what they call it, but it's something that will grab the head of the baby, and then they will use it, and that thing even uses electricity. They will on the electricity, and then they will use as the thing is pumping pressure, is dragging the baby. But even with that, they could not come out. Baby could not come out. And I was already bleeding. I've already stayed in labor more than one day. As in, I was bleeding, I was losing strength, baby could not come out. Till finally, I had to tell them, please. They were saying CS. I said, please, let me do CS. And that was how I was rolled into labor and rolled into theater. And that was how baby came out. And, why I'm telling us this journey is because the different journeys I've gone through as a mother. Nigerian nurses, that's how they are. Just leave them. You see somebody in pain, see a mother in pain. That's when they will start finishing you and tell you what you are not doing, or what you are doing, you are not doing it well. Okay, so why I'm saying this is that I've taken time to think through how my pregnancies have been. And it to me, instead of me getting discouraged and feeling that I am not woman enough, all my deliveries are not true vagina delivery. I deliver through CS, and I am proud. My pastor asked me one day, when I think that was my second baby, I should pray to God so that it will be not vagina. I say, Papa, I don't want this miracle. Leave me. I don't even want the miracle. Let me do CS. Let me do my CS and go. And that's my choice. You don't come and preach a message and tell me vagina. Me, I have not experienced vagina delivery. No problem. My own is that my children are coming out. So if you are doing vagina, do vagina. Let me do my CS. I said, this is narrow pelvic. That's how God is. The way we came out, you are short. You did not decide your height. You did not decide your color. You did not decide your. These are nature. These are just how you saw yourself. So if you want a miracle, go for the miracle. If you don't want the miracle, I sign into doctors, the wisdom of doctors, which God gave. And so I have taken time to think through my journeys, my pregnancy journey. And instead of getting discouraged about the processes I've gone through, you know, the issues I had for my second son, I was spotting almost throughout the pregnancy. You know, when you are spotting, it will almost be like you give birth, the baby may have one issue or the other. But they had to place me on drugs to reduce the spotting. So I spotted almost throughout the pregnancy, and I gave birth, and my baby was good. My son was so healthy, was very big, and the rest. But I had another experience. You know, I had another experience that I had nipple sore. I've gone through a lot in I've gone through a lot in motherhood that instead of me to withdraw and tell myself, this is you are doing, say you have a message for mothers. You say God sent you to mothers. God don't send you anything. If God sent you, why is He allowing you to go through this? In fact, me, I came to realize that truly I have a call on my life for mothers. I have a message. While I'm going through this, is so that I can go through it and I will have, you know, when they say you are a witness, the Bible says that what you have seen and you have heard, that is what you will witness. What we have seen, we've heard, our hands have handled. The word of life, those are the things. Impact is not a copy thing. No, I copied from there. This person is doing this one already. I think this is a trending one. You just be picking trending things. You see, real impact, real purpose is what you have gone through. Is what you have handled, what you have seen, what you have heard, what you have experienced. That's what you put out to people. That's what God uses to bless people. So me, instead of me feeling that I am not woman enough, maybe there's something I did to God, that's why I'm always having all this issue. Imagine the third baby now. My third child finally left me with all the different things I've gone through as a mother, you know. And I told myself this was the highest blow. This is the highest blow that devil blow me. But it's fine. It's okay. That's the last. Okay, that's the last. It is no. I can't have that again. I've gotten my message. I'm a witness now. If I talk to any mother going through anything, if I talk to you, you will gain life. If I talk to you, hope will come. If you are feeling discouraged, you're feeling down, hope will come. And those are because of things I've gone through. So instead of me looking at myself that I'm not woman enough, or maybe there's something I did to God, that's why God has deserted me. When sometimes when things are bad things are happening to you, your mind want to tell you, devil want to tell you, want to make you feel guilty that maybe because you are not praying. You did not pray well now. You're not praying. No, see now, you're not even praying as you used to pray. And so it's because you're not praying. That's why babies are not coming. That's why pregnancy is doing you like this. Me, I choose not to accept those voices. I hush those voices. To me, what I'm going through is a proof that I am called. Is a proof of my message. Is a proof that I have a message. God has made me a witness. He has made me a witness. I'm here to witness to mothers that there's a life that we are called to live. And I can't witness if I don't have proof, if I didn't go through it. If I did not go through it, I cannot witness. Okay, so for me, the journeys, the different issues I've had, the second baby, my second child, I was not seeing my baby. I had nipples, so in fact, my two breasts were beating out. My son sucked my breast and beat my nipple. Like you could see my skin. He's sucking breast, you are seeing blood. He's sucking breast, I am crying. Imagine a mother breastfeeding and you're crying. Imagine crying in a joyful thing. Having a child was, in fact, one of the impact that thing made on me. I told myself I don't want a baby boy again. Recently, I remember that statement, and I told myself, you had your son, and because of the experience you went through when you were nursing your baby, you said you don't want a baby boy again. It's girl you want. Now, girl has come. See what girl did for you. So which one do you want again? I said, God, it's like it's a baby boy. When I'm ready, it's like it's boy that I want. So you see, things just happen. You're just, moving here, moving there, moving. It's not about what is best or what is not best or what is not good enough. It's about knowing what is God. What does God want to do out of my life? Why is this happening to me? What can I learn? What can I learn? So I've gone through a lot. My son stopped. He stopped breastfeeding at 3 months. He said, "Mommy, I don't need your breast again. Carry your breast and go. Your breast is not good enough for me again." Even with all the breastfeeding and crying, breastfeeding and shedding tears like small girl, breastfeeding and crying, my 2 nipples were eaten. Okay, so those are my experience, and I thank God I went through it. I had to stop giving breast since he didn't want, and we went to eating the other things he was eating, and you know, that one came, and that was how I came out of it. And then I entered the third baby. Third baby was even that I didn't even want. I was not even ready. I told myself, I have a boy, I have a girl. Let me calm down. Let me do some things first. And that one came. It came mysteriously. But when I confirmed I was pregnant, I cried. And I told myself, why are you crying? You are crying over a blessing. Why are you crying? I said, you know, I'm not ready. God, I'm not ready. This is not our agreement. And I finally accepted it. And you know, see the thing that he threw me, he hit me here, hit me on my head, hit me on my toe, he hit me up and down. And he finally went back to God, went back to heaven, and left me almost like how many years of journey was nothing. But why am I saying this to you? For me, I've decided to accept that all the things I'm going through is confirming my purpose, is making purpose clearer to me. So I will not allow my situation to define me. I will not allow my situation to deter me. I will not allow my situation to put me on a pause. No, it will not put me on a pause. What I've gone through as a mom is a proof of my calling. And I've told devil, as long as there is breath in me, I will keep doing what God tells me. I will keep interceding for children. I heard a story. Somebody told me, I think I've shared that with you. Somebody told me, imagine a mom giving birth and your babies do not have eyeball. 2 eyeballs. No eyeballs. You know, the way when I hear such, it pricks my heart. It pricks my heart. And if I hear it, I just start praying. So if I didn't nurse a baby that was born with issue, somebody can tell me, I'll say, hey, yeah, sorry, don't worry, God will come through for you. I'll just pass. But I can't hear such and I'm not moved. I can't hear such and I'm not moved. I was telling my inner circle moms that some days ago, I was praying in the morning and I was just praying for babies, praying for people that have babies that have issue, women that have issue, and I was wailing. I was crying. It was like somebody beat me. I was so emotional. And you know why? I remembered my baby. I remembered what I went through. I remember the impact it had on my mind, my emotions. And it got into my prayer. It got into my prayer. I was wailing. My daughter came. My daughter entered the sitting room and saw me, and she was scared. I told her, Kaka, go. And when I finished the prayer, she came and said, Mom, why were you crying? I told her I was praying. But why am I sharing that? If I didn't nurse a baby that was sick, I wouldn't know what it means for a mother to nurse a sick child. I wouldn't. If I didn't see the pain my baby went through, I will not understand the pain babies go through when they are not strong. So you see, so sometimes there are things that happen to you, you can't explain it, but there's a higher purpose. There's a higher purpose. So me, I choose to use my story to inspire people. I choose to find a message to teach from a bitter experience. I choose not to give up. I choose to find purpose in the midst of pain. I choose to keep doing what God says. There are just a lot of things happening, and you know, when I hear issues that mothers are going through, I heard another one. A mom gave birth to a baby. I think how many weeks after she got to know that the baby has cancer of the eye. My dear sisters, how did an innocent baby get cancer of the eye? That was what I was even telling God when I said, God, how did the devil gain so much access into our families? How did he gain so much access to afflict innocent children? Children coming into the world, they don't know anything, they don't know sin, and they are coming with pain. And I was trying to negotiate, I was trying to insist for their restoration. I was trying to declare. So people are going through a lot. Having a baby that has cancer of the eye, and then they are saying they are going to pull out the eye, and it's a girl. Even the one I said I was born blind is a girl. So you see what somebody is going through. You see what the mother is going through. You see what babies are, see what children are going through. So whatever pain you are going through, my dear, don't allow it to stop you from believing God. Okay, whatever condition you may find yourself right now, why I'm having this series, why I'm having this session is to tell you that there is good in your story. There is good in your story. There is good in your story. There is a lesson to learn from everything, from the rosy, from the thorny ones. Okay? So choose your lessons, choose your lessons, choose your interpretations, choose your lessons, choose your interpretations. Don't allow devil to define lessons for you. Don't allow devil to interpret your situation. Please interpret it for yourself and interpret it from God's eyes. Interpret it from the eyes of faith. Interpret it from the eyes of scriptures. And it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. So you are here with me. You are here. You're not going anywhere now. Till Jesus come, you will see what God will make out of my life. You will see what God will make out of the bitter thing I went through. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm watching. I'm holding on to God. I'm still pushing on, and I'm waiting what He will make out of my life. I know our God is faithful. Bible says He will not allow you to go through something that you are not capable of, something you are not able to go through. So He knew that Ifeoma can handle this. He permitted it because He knows that this woman, she knows she can handle it. She can handle it. He knows I can't handle delay. Hey, delay, not conceiving. I can't handle it too. I don't know. So those of you that baby has not come, you are capable. Just wait. Just wait. God knows that you can. The delay can be there, but you will still stand strong. So wait on God. Wait for your testimony. Wait on God. Wait for your testimony. Okay? So I want to end here. I know you have learned. Please, what did you learn? What did you learn? Tell me what you learned. I was just talking to myself. What did you learn? Can I read from you? What did you learn? Please, let me read from you. Let me read your comments. What did you learn from the many stories I have told you today? What did you learn? And also help me share. Copy the link and share. Copy the link and share so that more persons can see this video. What did you learn? Please, what did you learn? Roses and Thorns in Motherhood is a session that, brings up stories, mother stories, what they learned in the story, and then use the story to inspire other people. Okay, so that is what the session is all about, and I've shared my story, some of my stories with you and the lessons I learned, and I hope you are inspired, and I hope you can pick from what you have heard me say today. You can use it to build up yourself. You can use it as an anchor, something to just support you through your journey. And then feel free to reach out to me if you need someone to talk to. My ears are open, okay? And my ears are open to listen to you. I would like to hear from you, okay? If you have anything you are going through, you want to share with somebody, please feel free to reach out to me. Or you have a story that you want to use, you want to tell other mothers. I would like to have you in this session. This session holds every last Friday of the month, 10 a.m. last Friday of the month. So I would want to feature you in the story, okay, in this session. So if you have a story you want to let out, it's not a too private story. There are some stories that are very sensitive. You don't want to make it public, but the story, if you make it public, is for good. I would like to have you in the live session. So please send me a message on WhatsApp, and then we can have you our next edition. I'll be so happy to have you in our next edition. So what did you learn? What did you learn? Keep being optimistic. Learn patience. Thank you. That's Abigail. All right. So what did you learn? Keep a positive confession. Yes. I want to read more from you. What did you learn? If you are still connected with me, what did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn? All right. So I'll be going off now. Okay. But I'll be reading your comments. So drop your comments, tell me what you learned, and then you can reach out to me on WhatsApp if you have anything you want to share with me, or you would want to bring your story on stage so that other mothers can learn from you also. My WhatsApp number is 0064577815. I'll go again, 0064577815. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. Bye.